Nicknamed Giant Killers after knocking off unbeaten's 2004 playoff teams and the reigning dynasty of the NFL, the Broncos travel to New York to take on the Giants in the Meadowlands. While trying to avoid being the latest high-profile team to fall to the Broncos, the Giants hope to get back to their winning ways after dropping an overtime thriller in Dallas last week. And to do that, it would take a big dose of Eli Manning, Tiki Barber, and the highest-scoring offense in the National Football League.
NFL Replay is brought to you by Miller Lite. Great taste, less filling. Miller. Good call.
Now, little comparison. You see the difference, don't you?
Garbage. Yeah! Ooh! Yeah!
This will be a 49-yard attempt. The ball fumbled and placed down and hits the crossbar and goes through. Jason Elam. And a good job by Jake Plummer. The ball was fumbled. Plummer barely got the ball upright as Elam's leg was going through, but Elam stayed with it and from 49 yards out has given the Broncos a 3-0 lead. Snap, handoff Tiki Barber right side. He's got a nice big hole run through 45, midfield. Bounces off of one of the Broncos safeties and down the sideline he goes. Foot race, 30, 25, belted out of bounds by DJ Williams and Ian Gold, but a huge run by Tiki Barber right at the 25-yard line of the Broncos. That is a gain of 35 yards.
The Broncos have everybody up on the box. Al Wilson turns it back up inside, but the inside run support is not there. Tiki Barber breaks it around that right side of the field and down the sideline until DJ Williams could chase him down and knock him out of bounds.
Play fake by Manning. He's pressured, steps in the pocket, throws the ball in the end zone for Burris. Burris makes the leap and the catch, and the Giants with a touchdown. Champ Bailey was there. Champ's complaining that he was pushed off. A flag is thrown on the play. But it's on the opposite end. It's not over on Bailey's side.
Illegal contact. Number 25 underneath it. That penalty is declined. Touchdown.
Burris at 6'5" and 230, just a huge wide receiver, and that time gathered himself, Doc, and went up in the end zone, and Champ got turned around a bit.
Yeah, Champ got turned around. A nice throw by Eli Manning. Put it up where a place where Burris could make a play on the ball. Champ looked like he kind of stumbled as he turned around to find the football in the air. While he was looking for it, Burris was going up and making the catch for the touchdown.
Jason Elam will see this ball spotted by Jake Plummer, far hash at the 32-yard line, an attempt of 42 yards. And for the second time in this quarter, Elam is perfect. This one from 42 yards out, and it cuts the Giant lead with 1:41 to go in the first to 7-6. Broncos from the 2 send Johnson in motion. Handoff to Mike Anderson, left side. Mike to the goal line. He's got a Denver touchdown. Not by much, but the ball in. And the Broncos with their first touchdown of the half. Emmons was there. Pierce was there. It was close. Here comes another penalty flag, and this well after the play had been blown dead. Well, this is probably going to be on somebody who got upset with the call. Anderson, by the way, that is his third rushing touchdown of the season.
Unsportsmanlike conduct. Number 92 of the defense. That 15-yard penalty will be assessed on the succeeding kickoff.
So Michael Strahan gets called for the unsportsmanlike conduct. That's going to obviously give the Broncos great field position. Second down now. Manning with a draw fake. Steps away from pressure. Fires it. Little Burris has it inside the Bronco 40. Goes to both knees at the 35. But he's going to have a Giant first down. Snap good. Placement down. Feely has it on the way. It is good. Jay Feely, 11 for 11 this year. The four-year kicker from the University of Michigan knocks it through from 52 yards out. So if Denver can win this game, they'll have a 3-game lead over the Chargers. Play fake on first down. Pass in the middle. Wide open is going to be Rob. That's going to be Kyle Johnson. Johnson inside the Giant 30-yard line on the game's first play of the second half. It's Nick Bryson and Jabril Wilson who combine on the tackle, but the ball is going to be spotted all the way down to the Giant 22-yard line. That is a gain of 33 yards. 2 plays, 56 yards. Plummer on first and goal. Throws in the flat. Pass is going to be caught. And that is a Denver touchdown, and that is Kyle Johnson. Antonio Pierce beaten on the play, but 3 plays and 60 yards opening the second half, and the Broncos with their second touchdown of this football game. It is now 19-10.
The Broncos this time fake the ball to Mike Anderson and sneak Kyle Johnson out in the flat. He's wide open. Jake Plummer delivers the ball right on time, and Kyle Johnson gets to do a little horse dance in the end zone.
Denver at the line of scrimmage facing a 3rd down and about 5. Anderson, the lone back, empties in motion right. Plummer drops to throw, pressure. Jake hit as the arm goes forward. An incomplete pass, I believe, although I've seen no call yet. I'll tell you what, no call was made. Plummer is shaken up a bit. This is going to be ruled a fumble. And Jeff Triplett has said the Giants have the ball. Justin Tuck was the player that hit Plummer. It is ruled as a fumble on the field. Well, I tell you what, even the replay looks like his arm is moving forward. I have to believe that Shanahan will challenge this.
That's the Tuck rule. It should be overturned.
Mike is already talking to the referee, Jeff Triplett. It has been challenged, I do believe. Here's Jeff Triplett.
Denver is challenging the ruling on the field, saying it's a forward pass.
Well, this would be, if the play stands as called, the first Bronco turnover since the San Diego game. Well, Jeff Triplett on a trot to tell us exactly what he has seen.
After reviewing the play, quarterback's arm was moving forward before it came loose. Therefore, it is an incomplete pass. It will be 4th and 5 on the 9-yard line. Please reset the game clock to 13:22.
The ball spotted just outside the 9, so Plummer's going to spot his mark just outside the 17, short of the 18. So I'm going to call this a 27-yard attempt by Jason Elam. Snap, spot is down, kick on the way, and it is good. 2nd down and 10 now from the 27. Shockey in a slot left, play fake. Manning looks left. Now pressured as he throws. He wants Burris. The ball floats for the big receiver who goes high up over Nick Ferguson to make the catch. They're going to say Ferguson forced him out of bounds. He had the ball, but he didn't come down with both feet in the playing field. They're going to rule it a catch and a force out by Ferguson. If that stands, it'll be 1st and goal from the Bronco 4. Manning, long snap count. He turns, hands to Barber right side. Tiki squares, heads to the goal line, and he's got a New York Giants touchdown. Well, just when you think you just about seized control of the game, the Giants a 65-yard drive for a score, and that very much gets them back in the game and also gets the crowd back in the game.
Yeah, which is a huge factor right now, and that just goes, there's nothing easy in the National Football League these days in the age of parity. But a nice job by Eli Manning of getting that ball off.
Snap, spot. Elam has it on its way, and it is wide right. .5:18 to go. Elam wide right from 49. It would have given the Broncos a 9-point lead. Snap is good. 5-man rush. Manning steps up, avoids traffic, throws wide open. Shockey. He's going to be inside the 10. Shockey out of bounds at the 8. 1st and goal. He beat Ian Gold. 21 seconds to go. 1st down and goal from the Bronco 8. Manning is under center. Barber behind him. Toomer in motion. This looks like a pick play right side. Manning drops to throw. Plenty of time. Backpedaling now. Throws to the end zone. Pass will be caught. That is Amani Toomer. Giants touchdown. Giant players mob Eli Manning. There's 5 seconds to go in the game. Feely has a teed off. He bounces it. This will be picked up by Engelberger, who turns and laterals to Charlie Adams. Adams then will pitch it. It's intercepted, and that will end the football game.
This has been a presentation of the NFL.
Can't get excited about playing in New York. Can't get excited about playing nowhere.
Looking for first. Touchdown Giants. Steps up, fires the ball over the middle. It's intercepted by Champ Bailey. 10 seconds to go. Takes the snap, drops back, goes to the end zone.
In New York, the Giants are the talk of the town. The fans and the media are praising the coaching of Tom Coughlin and the play of Eli Manning. But the unsung hero is general manager Ernie Accorsi. It was Ernie who hired Coughlin and made the gutsy trade for Manning. Now, Ernie's in his 4th decade as an NFL executive, and he's been part of many winning teams, and he always let the other people get the glory. But if the Giants and Eli Manning keep playing the way they're playing, well, this might be Ernie Accorsi's finest hour.
The New York Giants, a once flourishing football empire which has recently fallen on hard times. In their 2 previous seasons, the Giants had won a combined 10 games, the lowest total in over 2 decades. But in the office of General Manager Ernie Accorsi, there are expectations for a much brighter future. The Giants are attracting new fans, thanks in part to their young quarterback. After winning only 1 game in his rookie year, Eli Manning won 3 of his first 4 to open the 2005 season. Manning and his teammates have responded to the tough-minded style of head coach Tom Coughlin. They are intent on making Giant Stadium live up to its reputation as a tough place to play.
How you like this place? You know, I'm getting, you just got to get used to it. Yeah. See the flags up there? Yeah. And then you see the flag up there? One on the right's usually one that's telling you where it's going. Huh, okay. Because the wind's usually opposite of those flags. Yeah.
Little breezy. You know, nicked up a little, but hey, it's sunny, baby. You gotta go get it. Let's get it.
Man, plain and simple, man. I'm tired of hearing about 5-1 Broncos. That's before today. Now, I'm telling you right now, I just know they're feeling good about themselves.
The 5-1 Broncos had plenty of reason to feel good. After an opening day loss in Miami, they had won 5 straight and sat atop the AFC West. But this isn't the first time the Broncos have spent the early part of the season under sunny skies. They started both the 2003 and 2004 seasons at 5-1, only to lose in the first round of the playoffs both years.
Got all the permission slips here. Everybody allowed to come play. Handle your business, baby. It's a road trip. Business attire. Look at you, Lou. All dressed up, looking all clean. Go get dirty.
Yes, sir.
You got to leave everything you got on the field for the guy next to you, because I promise you, he's doing it for you.
Hey, boys, let's start taking this thing to a new level. Every week we come out, let's start getting better and better and better. Hey, play road football. Play smart, play hard, and play for each other. Yes, offense sir, on baby. 3. 1, 2, 3. Let's go, baby.
This game was about respect. For Jake Plummer, still trying to earn it from some of his mile-high fans. And for Eli Manning, driving toward respectability at Giant Stadium. A win against the Broncos would get him there even quicker. Giants general manager Ernie Accorsi watched the last home game of the 2004 season from the stadium tunnel. The Giants won, so naturally, Accorsi started the 2005 season in the same spot. The result? 2 more victories at Giant Stadium. Accorsi doesn't claim to be a superstitious man, but he was back in the tunnel before kickoff against the Denver Broncos.
Sends a low lining kick, fielded by Ponder at the 3, to the 10, to the 15, to the 20, gets a crease, 25, 30, brings back to the 35, and gets wrestled down at the 39-yard line.
Since arriving in New York last season, Tom Coughlin has constantly communicated the importance of limiting turnovers. Given their coach's focus on fundamentals, it wasn't surprising when the Giants started the game with a conservative pass play. But when they switched to the run, conservative turned catastrophic.
Right for Barber, tries to shed a tackle, then lost the football, recovered by the Broncos. Darren Williams recovered it for Denver as Barber lost it going down.
Big turnover, great field position now for Plummer.
They got tripped by Courtney Brown. He fought for extra yardage. Darren Williams poked it out. The rookie recovered the fumble. For Tiki Barber, his first lost fumble of the season.
For Tiki Barber, overcoming a reputation for turnovers has been a long-standing priority. The same is true for Denver quarterback Jake Plummer.
Jake will fake, now boots to the right. Looking back across the middle, finds Alexander, and Steven makes the catch, but is immediately wrapped up. The ball comes free. They're going to say he was down, though.
To keep Plummer comfortable, head coach Mike Shanahan allows him to do what he does best: roll out and throw on the run. But the Giants kept Plummer contained and forced him into his secondary role as the holder on field goal attempts.
And this is going to be a long field goal attempt in difficult conditions for Jason Elam.
Elam gets set, awaits the snap. It's good. Oh, it's bobbled, and then he barely gets the kick off, and it is going to be good. It hits the crossbar and dribbles through. What a job by Jake Plummer, the quarterback who bobbled the snap, gathered it, and got it down, and then Elam used the wind to help him get that one through.
Off the turnover, they get 3 points.
The Broncos would take them any way they could get them.
Oh, I know. I saw you sit down over there. I was just wondering, did the safety come over to you?
Yeah, the safety came straight to me.
So he came right over.
Yeah, because it was like I thought it was a blitz, but I looked back, it was a hard ball.
You think a code red might be?
It could. I mean, definitely.
As they do against any quarterback, the Denver defense tried to disguise their plans, but Manning saw a blitz coming from the left.
You hear Eli Manning saying 47 is the mic, John Lynch.
And Tiki Barber ran to the right.
Gets a block. Tiki to the 45, fighting the midfield, spins off a tackle, breaks right to the outside, down the right sideline, to the 30, to the 25, and finally shoved out of bounds at the 25-yard line of the Broncos.
Tiki Barber is used to shouldering the load for the Giants offense. In 2004, Barber scored 90 points, the same total as the rest of his offensive teammates combined. Things have appeared to change. In 2004, Giants wide receivers combined for only 2 touchdowns. After 5 weeks as a New York Giant, Plexico Burress had already doubled that total with 4. He and Eli Manning were eyeing up number 5.
Play fake, blitz on, they pick it up, Manning throws it left, looking for Burress, who leads the catches on the end zone, touchdown Giants!
Manning made the throw and Burress made the catch. But pulling guard David Deal, number 66, made the play-saving block.
How about the fact that they picked up the blitz at the last second to give Manning time?
He just has to throw the ball high enough that the 6'5" Burris pull it in, which he does so often.
He was guarded by one of the best cornerback in the business, Champ Bailey, with a little bit of a height differential.
Plaxico Burris' 5th touchdown catch of the season.
Another touchdown for the highest scoring offense in the NFL. They would soon have to prove they could score those points under pressure.
You look like you're from Black College. Let's go.
The New York Giants with a 7-3 lead over the Broncos. Really, the game plan, Doc, for the Broncos doesn't change that much in terms of them wanting to establish the running game early.
They're trying to get us for 7-man box. They're trying to get them all in there somehow, some way. And then they're firing. If the safety's there and the backer's there, they're firing and run him over the top. So we got to be careful with slot. Enough weak is good.
Remarkably, on the Broncos' first possession, they ran the ball just once. As they began their second drive in the first quarter, they reverted to their game plan.
Mike Anderson off the right tackle, and Mike rumbling through the Giant linebacking core.
The Broncos were now in Giants territory for a 3rd and 7. The Giants defense ranked last in the league in stopping their opponents on 3rd down. However, the Broncos' offense's rate of success on 3rd down isn't much better.
To one area the Broncos would like to be better in, only 28% conversion rate thus far this season. Plummer faces a 4-man rush. Jake hit as he throws, pass caught, cuts here, stops, cuts back to the middle of the field, runs through a Giant tackle. He's got the first down. Great job by Jake Plummer. Umenyiora was the one, I think, that got to Jake just as he delivered the football, but a gain of 10 on 3rd and 7.
How do you get so wide open on 3rd down?
I thought we were going to get it.
I know we blitz. Well, do we blitz?
In fact, the Giants did blitz linebacker Carlos Emmons off the left side. On the right side, the corner Jabril Wilson matched up man-to-man on tight end Jeb Putzier. When the ball was snapped, Wilson got picked, leaving Putzier all alone to gain the Denver first down. The breaks were starting to go Denver's way. Ashley Lilly turned a near interception into a 7-yard gain.
Deloach made a great break on the football. Looked like he actually knocked it right into Ashley Lee's hands. Great concentration by Ashley.
When Denver faced their next 3rd down, this time the break went to the Giants.
Plummer takes the snap, drops back, looks right, throws right incomplete. Nick Bryson there on the coverage.
Nick Bryson doing a nice job, man-to-man coverage on Tatum Bell out at the wide receiver position. Interesting call. You don't think of Tatum Bell as that kind of receiver. You haven't seen too much about that wide receiver position, especially on a critical 3rd down.
Jason Elam's 42-yard field goal gave the Broncos some consolation, closing the score to 7-6.
Be prepared now, because remember when you
wide
see
open
that
in the middle of the field, that should
no, I'm talking about in the runs for all of you. When you see that 2 Tampa look, now remember what 3-man game goes with that, all right? So be ready for the cutoff.
The Giants' offense was back on the field with the lead. Denver's defense, however, was determined not to let the lead grow.
There were 2 guys waiting for him. He just ran right into them.
Unsuccessful with the run, New York tried the pass. The result was no different.
Manning back to throw. Steps up, throws it right, incomplete. He got hit at the last minute. Someone grabbed his shoulder. Didn't get zip on the ball.
The Giants got zip on the drive, blowing a chance to increase their lead at dusty Giant Stadium. Strahan may have known the bootleg was coming, but there was nothing the Giants could do to stop it.
Plummer with a play fake, running to his left, being chased by Umanori, and Jake floats one to Rod Smith. Rod makes a great catch.
On one play, the Broncos were at midfield, where their double-threat running backs went to work. The 1-2 punch of Anderson and Bell brought Denver to the Giants' 25-yard line. There, they faced an interesting decision on 4th and 2.
Defense ready. We're going for it. We're going for it.
The Broncos were indeed going for it, and there was little surprise as to what their plan was.
Anderson's got the first down. He's going to be inside the 20. Big Mike gets up and says, that's a first down.
Coming into the game, the Broncos were averaging 153 yards per game on the ground, third best in the NFL. And on this drive, it was easy to see why. A 7-yard run by Anderson brought the Broncos to the 5-yard line, for which he earned a well-deserved rest.
Get Mike. Get him. Come on, Mike. Good job, Mike. Get him some water here. Good job, Mike. Get your wheel. Let me know. Good job. Good job. You ready?
Handoff, Bell. Tatum inches the football to about the 4.
Tatum, I want you to score on that, okay? I want you to run stronger than that. I want you to punch that in and score.
Hard to blame Bell for not scoring. It's tough to score when you're being tackled by the helmet.
Personal foul. Number 58 of the defense. Grabbing the helmet opening. That's a half the distance to the goal and an automatic first down.
I've been around the NFL a long time. I have never heard that. What exactly is the helmet opening?
That's sticking the old finger in the ear hole.
I think he grabbed right by the cheek bone.
Either that or he was trying to give him a wet willy.
Hey.
We don't like that.
All right, they're definitely in goal line. They got 2 bigs. 2 extra bigs came in.
Broncos from the 2. Handoff to Mike Anderson, left side. Mike to the goal line. He's got a Denver touchdown.
Good job, guys.
So an impressive drive, 87 yards for the Broncos. Mixing the run and pass, converting a 4th and 2.
Good job, boy. Good job.
Hell of a job, guys.
That's how we do it, baby. I love it, baby. I love it. The corner is damn near over, baby. And we've been over here now. Second quarter, it's almost halftime, man.
The quarter had 5 minutes and 45 seconds to go. But the Giants' final possession of the first half would last over a half hour, beginning with an interception that was called back due to a penalty, and a pair of unsuccessful challenges by both coaches. Any momentum either team had was gone. This erratic drive even saw a rare double pass interference call.
Another flag thrown as Burris catches the ball. Another flag comes in. John Lynch with a touchdown-saving tackle.
Pass interference. Number 47 of the defense. There's also pass interference. Number 17 of the offense. By rule, those penalties all set.
Officials now all together at the Bronco 37-yard line.
Saying, hey, let's get control of this game.
New York finally restored order when Manning found Burris for a 23-yard gain.
Manning shuffles left, throws a bullet over the middle. He's got Burris on the run. 35, it gets knocked down at the 34 of Denver.
Once inside Denver territory, the Giants didn't gain another yard.
Manning takes the snap, blitzes on, and throws it left out of bounds incomplete.
Eli Manning has had great pressure at his feet all afternoon.
Eli need to know when to step around the pressure. You know what I'm saying? And get a lot of time to recuperate, and then just yak him. Can't stay there all day like a sitting duck, baby. Gotta get them feet.
Ray Feely got his foot moving into a 52-yard field goal, bringing the Giants to within 3 points. New York and Denver had just 4 possessions each in the first half and headed off for halftime, hoping the second half would bring more opportunities than the first. Tunnel in Giants Stadium has plenty of room for pacing. The sightlines are poor, convenient for those times when it's just too nerve-wracking to watch. Ernie Accorsi and the Giants had even more reason to worry as the second half began. Denver had dominated the first half on both sides of the ball, and if the Broncos' first drive of the second half was any indication, things were only going to get worse for New York.
Play fake on first down. Pass the middle. Wide open. It's going to be Rob. That's going to be Kyle Johnson. Johnson inside the Giant 30-yard line on the game's first play of the second half.
The play was designed for Kyle Johnson to exploit the Giants' cover 2 zone. With both Giants safeties dropping back, the deep middle was left open. All the Broncos fullback had to do was beat his man to the football. Johnson dominated the rest of the drive.
Here's another big gain on first down. It's going to be Mike Anderson inside the 10. He's up in and tripped up as he gets inside the 5.
The Broncos run weak side, but Lee Blacker, Kyle Johnson, who had really no one to block to, is about 12 yards down the field. Good job up front by the Broncos.
2 plays, 56 yards.
One more play covered the last 6 yards.
Denver dominating this game at the line of scrimmage. They're moving the ball on the ground, and the Giants cannot run the ball at all when they're on offense.
Plummer on first and goal, throws in the flat, pass is going to be caught, and that is a Denver touchdown, and that is Kyle Johnson. Well, it took him less than 90 seconds.
The Broncos had ridden into the Meadowlands and lassoed themselves a 10-point lead. The Giants now had to cowboy up or be stampeded.
Hey, keep it going, front. Hey, let's feed. Hey, Money, what you say? Let's eat. Let's eat. Let's eat, baby. Hey, offense gonna put the rubber on. Let's go to work.
While the Broncos' defense had to eat, Giants fans were nauseous, having just watched their defense completely unravel. Eli Manning and the offense would have to respond. The first step was to reestablish the run, but the speedy Denver defense quickly cut off Tiki Barber's running lanes. The Giants tried to offset Denver's pursuit with play-action passes, but the Broncos soon had an answer for that as well.
Okay? You can't look at Manning. You can't look at Manning, okay? He's holding that thing out there like this, okay? The back is the key. Once he passes the back, that's my key to transition to my rush, right? We're all holding on our offensive lineman because we see him stretching that ball, okay? The back's the key. As soon as he passes that back, transition to your rush, you got them all sit there like this stiff. They're ready for you to make your move and get back there to him, okay?
Hey, we ain't got no sack yet, man. We ain't got no pick. No, damn sure don't. We got no pick. I said we. Oh, we. Ain't no eyes over here. Let's go.
Denver had not sacked a quarterback in more than 2 games and was eager to get its hands on Eli Manning. The Broncos didn't sack Manning, but their constant pressure kept him out of sync throughout the third quarter. Even when Manning did have time, the Giants failed to connect.
Bronco defensive front has been active today against the young quarterback from the Giants.
Denver has 2 running backs on pace to rush for over 1,000 yards this season. In the first half, Denver ran Mike Anderson between the tackles. In the second half, they unleashed Tatum Bell to the outside.
Left side, Tatum Bell. Bell breaks the tackle, and he's in the loose. 25-30 foot race, 35-40. Bell with 1 to beat. He's pushed out of bounds right at the 45-yard line.
Bell's run tallied 37 yards. Of Denver's first 4 plays of the second half, 3 of them had gone for 20 yards or more. The Broncos gained most of their yardage running to the left side.
Come on, baby. There you go, Mike.
Nice change of pace, Doug. Speed back, power back. Both guys can really get the job done.
Tight end Steven Alexander, tackle Matt Lepsis, guard Ben Hamilton, and center Tom Nalen overpowered the right side of the Giants defense. Every man got a man, and Tatum Bell had room to run. The Giants defense was reeling. Jake Plummer looked to finish them off through the air. Despite their dominance on the ground, 2 promising Denver drives had stalled.
This is what they're trying to learn how to do offensively. Put teams away. A touchdown here just kills the Giants right now.
Plummer drops to throw. Deep ball. He wants to lay, and the ball well over his head at about the Giant 15-yard line. Boy, that would have been a big catch there.
Later in the third quarter, the Broncos were again in good field position. A touchdown could clinch it.
Tiger, Jim, Tiger. Tiger.
Denver went back to the air and ended up needing some themselves.
Back. Get him some air. Come on out, right now. Ready? Get knocked out, man. Linebacker knocked. You want it on the top? Ready?
New York still couldn't stop the Broncos' 2-headed running game. Denver was bludgeoning the Giants inside with Anderson and bolting past them outside with Bell.
There's a flip left side. Tatum Bell, he's got the first down easy. Bell's going to be inside the 30-yard line.
Bell took 1 step right and was followed by the entire Giants defense. He then countered left to a wide-open sideline.
Great example of the 1-2 punch of the Broncos right there.
They've been running left all day and getting some yardage.
Leads Mike Anderson off that left side. Mike breaks the tackle. He's running hard. Mike's going to be inside the 15. Denver will have a first down. Spot him at the 14. 3 points obviously is big here, but still that gives you 13-point lead, and 2 touchdowns and 2 extra points beat you. A touchdown here, I mean, sticks the dagger.
Plummer drops straight back in the pocket. Blitzes on, gets hit as he throws incomplete. No call. No call yet. No whistle. Recovered by Alexander. Giant ball. First turnover.
Well, I tell you what, even the replay looks like his arm is moving forward. I have to believe that Shanahan will challenge this.
That's the tuck rule. It should be overturned.
Can some of these guys help you out?
I had trips my way. I got to
It's definitely.
This would be big, obviously, for the Broncos. Well, Jeff Triplett on a trot to tell us exactly what he has seen.
After reviewing the play, quarterback's arm was moving forward before it came loose. Therefore, it is an incomplete pass.
The Giants had kept Denver out of the end zone, but now trailed by 13. With less than a quarter to play, the Broncos appeared on their way to their 6th straight win.
Let's keep it rolling now. Let's go eat, man. We got lead up front.
For the previous 3 quarters, the Broncos defense had whipped the Giants.
Giants have not been able to get a running game going. Manning has felt a lot of pressure.
The Denver defense has been as good as advertised here today.
Meet me at the ball
the ball carrier, ball carrier, ball carrier.
While the Broncos were laughing it up, the Giants were changing things up. In the first 3 quarters, New York had used a lot of pre-snap motion, but all the movement wasn't getting the Giants anywhere.
They went 3 and out on their last possession. It took only 31 seconds.
So Tom Coughlin simplified things, ending much of the motion, relying instead on discipline and leadership. Enter Eli Manning, in control. Instead of passing wildly, Manning stuck with the game plan, keeping it simple and keeping Denver off balance.
Manning takes the snap, blitzes on, throws it right, caught by Toomer, shakes the tackle, gain of 10 for Monty Toomer, first down Giants.
Things are starting to click.
Pretty darn good discipline by the Giants right here on this drive. Running when you think they're going to throw them, mixing it up here.
Best drive of the half by the Giants.
The game plan was having its desired effect. The Broncos' defense looked unsure. Play-action passing was now a genuine threat. Manning used it well.
Manning on a play fake to throw. Looks, sidearms it down the left side for Burris. Makes the catch, thrown out of bounds at the 3, and they call it a good catch.
Momentum had swung. Denver didn't know what was coming, and the sense was even if they had, they couldn't have stopped it.
First and goal, Giants at the 4. 9:20 to go. Manning gives for Barber, runs up the middle to the goal line. Touchdown, Giants! And the Giants are back in it with 9:07 to go on a 65-yard drive.
And we've got ourselves a football game with 9:07 to go in the 4th quarter. Denver's lead now down to 6.
The Giants had plenty of time, but they still had a problem, stopping Denver's offense.
Plummer on a play fake, looks left, throws left, he's got the lead, racing across the middle of the field to the Giant 40, breaks right at the 40, flag on the play, and he gets pushed out of bounds, an illegal block on the Broncos.
It will be a first down. They're going to spot it at the Giant 46-yard line.
The continuing penalties suggested the Broncos weren't learning from their mistakes. New York's pass coverage proved neither were the Giants.
Back to pass, throws left to the lead again, same pattern.
2 in a row, same thing.
Denver's almost already in field goal range.
The only thing capable of stopping the Broncos, it seemed, was the Broncos themselves.
Hand off Anderson, shakes the tackle, cuts right to the 25 and powers his way down to the Giant 19. Flag on the play, though, holding Broncos. That's a big penalty because now they put the ball at the 40-yard line.
Are they going to call George Foster here?
They did for holding Michael Strahan.
Because it's Michael Strahan, they've been pulling up jerseys off all day.
So instead of a first down at the Giant 23-yard line, Denver will back up.
Strahan ain't no dummy. Yeah, we all know he's an actor. That's Brett Favre.
The penalty was more than a nuisance. It seemed to take Denver out of its rhythm. The drive was in peril. Even the once sure 3 points of a field goal were now anything but.
All right, this is a big play here for the Giants with the ball at the 40. They cannot allow Denver to even get 10 to get in field goal range.
Every yard is critical to kickers in the swirling winds of Giant Stadium.
Plummer over center, drops straight back in the pocket, steps up, delivers over the middle, completes it to Steven Alexander, gets tackled at the 30, so they got those 10 yards to get them in field goal range. That's all Denver wanted there.
Yep, that's right. They want to get 3. It's not an easy 3, folks.
It's a 49-yard attempt. Snap is good. They get it down, end over end, plenty of leg. It's drifting right, and it's no good. Wide right. The Giants dodge a huge bullet.
Elam wide right from 49. It would have given the Broncos a 9-point lead.
For the Broncos, the drive had yielded nothing but frustration. Still, their defense didn't seem concerned.
Let's go do this. Let's go. Squeeze and draw. Watch these squeeze and draw. All day. All day. You know they got to throw it. Yeah. They got to throw that bitch now. We need to be aggressive now.
Aggression can undo a young quarterback.
5:18 to go. Giants have a chance. Down by 6. And he takes the snap, fires the ball over the middle, and it's intercepted by Champ Bailey.
is a catch that would make wide receivers proud. And the All-Pro with an All-Pro move for the Broncos.
So with 4:46 to go, Manning gets picked off. The Giants have 3 timeouts, so this game's not over, with the Giants trailing by 6.
Had the lead, the ball, and a battering ram in the backfield. The game was theirs for the taking. New York had to get the ball back quickly. They needed a 3rd down stop.
And Denver facing a ever-important 3rd down and 5. Plummer drops to throw, looks left, throws left, pass will be deflected in the air and almost intercepted. Holy cow.
It wasn't a turnover, but the mood had turned. Denver's defense seemed irked at having to return to play so quickly. Even their boasts rang hollow. Comes a time when every quarterback must learn whether he has it. Has the skill, poise, and nerve to rally his team. For Eli Manning, that time was at hand. Facing 3rd and 7, Manning made the kind of play that says to teammates, if I can do this alone, think of what we could do together.
To his right.
He can't throw it like that.
No, that's the type of arm that he has.
Who's hurt? Burris hurt his right shoulder as he came up after the catch.
No matter. Amani Toomer was split wide. Described in the Giants media guide as the best wide receiver in team history, Toomer is the franchise's career receiving leader with 488 catches. Although that distinction can change from week to week, because running back Tiki Barber has 487. Together, they gave Manning all he needed.
Eli steps up, pass caught by Toomer, leans the football to about the 36.
1:45 to go. Manning in a shotgun set. Checks off underneath. He's got Barber out of the backfield. Dials ahead to the Denver 48. Manning takes the snap, looks right, throws right, completes it for a 1st down. Toomer can't get out of bounds. Tackled at the 45.
Clock at 1:03 and runs.
1st and 10 Giants. They go no huddle. Manning gets his team set. Tyree split left. Burris split right. Manning calling signals. Takes the snap. Drops back. Looks over the middle. He's got Toomer again. Tackled at the 35. A gain of 9.
That Toomer's back alive. This is his 7th catch.
Giants still have 2 timeouts, and they'll use one here with 51 seconds to go.
The most important thing is, can the Broncos keep the Giants from moving 35 yards with 1 timeout in the last 51 seconds of the game?
Suddenly, the Broncos were the hunted.
Manning handoff, Barber runs right, tackled by Gould at the 32.
He gets the 1st down.
The sticks will move.
White Mountain, zero strong flank by side Grayson, knockdown, 3-0.
The Giants had the Broncos reeling. The perfect time to take a shot at ending it.
Drops back, has time, pump, deep ball down the right side toward the end zone for Carter. Makes a solid catch and dropped it. He dropped it in the end zone.
He had him beat.
He went down and the ball came down by his feet and he just lost it.
Oh, man.
That's there.
Manning shook off the incompletion and simply went back to work.
3rd and 10 at the 32. Manning back, under pressure, steps up, fires it right, and he's got something in his head. And went out of bounds at the 9. First and goal, Giants. What a throw by Manning to Shockey.
It wasn't just a perfect throw. It came at the perfect time. The Giants now looked like a whole different team. A team that not only knew it could win, but probably would. That's confidence.
17 seconds to go. Giants trail by 6. Doesn't fake. Manning checks off to Barber to the 5. Barber stood up at the 3-yard line and stopped. Giants will have to call a timeout with 8 seconds to go.
This would be a heartbreaker. Let's see if the Denver defense can dig in here and stop the Giants.
They had already traveled 81 yards, racing the clock. They had been battered and bested for much of the game. Yet the Giants had the cool air of a winner. Even better, a quarterback who was ready to come of age.
So the Giants are out of timeouts.
They need a touchdown play.
3rd and goal at the 2. 10 seconds to go. Fasten your seatbelts. Broncos by 6. 2 receivers bunched left. Manning over center. Calling signals. Takes the snap. Drops back. Blitzes on. Barber gets it. Manning trips. Throws to the end zone. Manning being mobbed to the Giants sideline. He should be.
That is the kind of play that can change a team's season, perhaps even a player's career. And a replay shows how much energy and emotion Tom Coughlin had invested in it.
Somewhere Eli throwing.
The play owed much to Tiki Barber.
And what a job by Barber to pick up the blitz.
That was the key thing, picking up the blitz. If he didn't pick him up, the game's over.
And Manning bought time, and Amani Toomer found some space. For the 2nd week in a row, Eli Manning has led the Giants down the field in the final minute for a last week a tying score. This week, the go-ahead score. Amani Toomer, all-time leading receiver in Giants history, kept working and working toward the ball as Manning bought time with his legs. Ball game over. The Giants high-fiving as they race across the field.
For the Giants, this ending may be remembered as the beginning. The beginning of the Eli Manning era, where much will be expected because anything seems possible.
This game was supposed to answer some questions. Could the Giants' defense solve its 3rd down problems? Could it stop a 1-2 punch at running back? The answer for most of the afternoon was no. The only question the Giants answered, the most important one, was whether they were capable of beating one of the league's best teams. The answer was yes. When Ernie Accorsi and the late Wellington Mara traded for Eli Manning on draft day last year, they were looking for a special quarterback, one who would make the improbable seem routine. It looks like Ernie and Mr. Mara found what they were looking for.